Famer up here. We got a Pro Bowler up here. We're doing things here on the TO Zone. Austin Ekeler, Chargers running back, joining us right now. Austin, we welcome you in, man. And I know you're involved with SBS and everything. You must have been pretty happy with how everything turned out.
Yeah, man. I'm just excited about the whole production, man. You know, the hype of it. And we got TO in the building. You know, just like coming into year 2, the fact that we even have a year 2 and the production's going on has been great. Obviously, better to get the dub, you know, get off on the right foot. But,
sure.
You know, just the fact that we're in motion again feels good.
Hey, I know you saw T.O. out on the field. What'd you think, man?
I was hoping we'd get some of that highlight grab, and we finally got one.
I know, right at the end, right?
At the end. It was just they couldn't give him an opportunity.
Right.
We got to get someone who can give him the ball. Right. I'm trying to see T.O. go out and make some plays, right? But the thing is, like, there's 2 parts of it, especially when we're playing receiver. At me, you know, it's like, hey, hand the ball off, go make something happen. Right. It's a 2-man show when it's between quarterback and receiver, a little different. So looking forward to more to come. But I know there's still more in there since that last catch. And so, like, yeah, looking forward to it. I
don't know about you, but I was impressed by the fact that here he is. This guy hasn't played, 48 years old, hasn't played in, over 10 years. Guy's still out there balling.
Right.
You know?
So, I mean, how do you feel? How'd you feel coming in?
Trust me, I don't even think about my age. I know everybody's making a big deal about it. But you're only as young as you feel. Like for me, I know, honestly, I can still play in the National Football League given the opportunity.
Yeah.
But, being out here, obviously things are a little quicker. The spaces are a little tighter.
Yeah.
So, again, as you mentioned and alluded to, it's all about that chemistry with the quarterback and receiver. So it's just being dialed in. I only had like a couple of days with the quarterback just to try to get some timing down.
Well, and it's a lot different, too, because this is not the NFL.
Right.
Let's be straight up. Like, this is not NFL. You're not going to get on the dot. You're going to have to adjust. Right, you're gonna have to get creative. You're gonna get held on. Like, they ain't calling much out here, man.
Right, exactly.
Like, you're gonna have to have some savviness to you.
Right, and for the quarterback, they don't have a lot of time too. So this is honestly, if you're a mobile quarterback, this is the game for you. I'm gonna bring up Colin Kaepernick again. Obviously, for someone of his skill set, for him, like I said, he can be a pocket passer, but for him to get out of the pocket, maneuver, throw the ball down the field in tight spaces, this would obviously, I would say, be a great baseline for him to get back into the.
You got Johnny, so he's finally in the building. So
Johnny just shows up when he gets ready. He's been waiting on Johnny all week. So I can't. I'm gonna be honest. It's unreliable. I don't know.
You got to get somebody.
You got to get somebody that's going to be in there that can create some continuity.
No, there's a few in here.
You can't just show up and think, okay, let's play football. Like we have to have some type of chemistry.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Hey, can you talk about how you got involved with the FCF? You've been a guy that's, again, from, I think about NFL players at the forefront of different things. Like, you're on Twitch. You've embraced new technology, new media formats.
Fantasy football, all that.
Fantasy. You love it. You're an analyst at Yahoo Sports while you're playing the game.
Yeah, man.
You've never seen that before. It's great. How did you get involved with FCF?
I saw the opportunity that the NFL presented and took advantage of the football side, and then another door opened. And what was that? It was the community side. Right. There's actually more opportunity in the community than there is actually playing football. You have to take care of football first, but then guess what? You have more life outside of football than you do in football.
Yeah.
And so I started, streaming on Twitch. I started connecting with people in the community, started opening up more connections and networking. And it just started to take off and started to blossom, so I kept embracing it. Then I got into FCF, and then I got into Yahoo with, fantasy football.
Right.
And it's just created so many opportunities. I'm like, man, more guys I feel like need to take advantage of just connecting with their fans.
The fact that you've had that foresight so early in your career, I think is surprising, and it's certainly, it's refreshing that you're so, again, open to kind of all these different opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, they're there. They're there for a lot of guys too, but a lot of guys, I think we get so caught up into football, which is great. Like, that's the thing. But guess what? Life goes on. Like, you have life outside of football.
Life after football.
Sure. So you gotta have a balance, right? And you can set yourself up while we're playing, right? And so we can have, like, I'm sure we all have interests outside of football. It might even be football, and then that's why I'm getting involved in something like this. It's still football, right? But it's just in a different form,
right?
Or fantasy, So I think there's just more opportunities, and I wish more guys would, come out and just take advantage of it.
Hey, we talked about your involvement with fantasy sports, and you get this question, I'm sure, a lot. But when you're looking into this upcoming fantasy season, you can't pick yourself.
No, that's not even fair.
Who
you have to pick yourself.
Who you taking 1.1?
If you have your opportunity to take yourself, you have to take yourself. That's the only thing you can ever bet on is yourself.
Hey, listen, bro. If you're in a league with me, I'll take you.
Just don't bet on your team. I'm just saying.
Hey, you see what we got on our team. We got a new quarterback. We got some new coaches. We got a new hype about us. You know, up and down a little bit last year. You know, you're probably thinking of, the same old Chargers, you know, back when you were playing. And,
no, but you guys are playing well. You guys are on the cusp of doing some great things.
No, absolutely.
Living in Los Angeles, I live honestly right down the street from SoFi Stadium.
You ever make it into games?
I haven't made it into the stadium just yet, but again, it's hard not to notice what Justin Herbert has done.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's one of those quarterbacks that his trajectory is on the rise, and what you guys are doing is going to be great.
I'll tell you this: he's a guy that it makes it exciting, right? And when you get guys like that around your team, it makes you want to play even longer, man. It's like, man, I can see me do it forever, right?
Play forever.
You're like, man, this is so much fun. We're having fun. Media's loving you. You know, fans are loving you. You're winning games. You're competitive. You got a chance, right? And so we're going to hold on to that as long as we can.
So, I mean, speaking of Chargers, what do you guys need to do to get to where you need to be? Obviously, the ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl. The Los Angeles Rams, they've already gotten that.
Yeah.
So, again, does that really start the fire to burn to really get to where the Cincinnati Bengals were in the AFC?
Coming into the actual season, if you got a chance, that fire's already burning, right? I feel like you're just burning. Like, there's definitely teams that are out there like, okay, we're trying to build. Like, we're just trying to like ball for ourselves, but we're probably not gonna make it. Like, that's not the mindset, but it's like reality. You gotta have a quarterback in this league. That's just how it goes. For us, man, but it's like, the burn is there, but the consistency level. We have games where we're lights out. Like when we played the Bengals, man, we'd be like 40-16 or whatever it was, right? But then we play the Ravens and we get beat 40-7. Like, you can't do that.
Right.
Champion teams ain't gonna do that.
A guy asked me in the locker room, what does it take to make it to the next level? And it's consistency. And what you just mentioned was inconsistency. How can you beat one team, obviously, and then you come back the next week and get blown out? It's all about consistency as a team, and then individually as a player. That's how you prolong your career. That's why they say that the life shelf of an NFL player is, 2 to 3 years at best? And I think the ones that get to play 5, 10, and even longer is consistency.
Right. And it's the little things, right? It's like the tiniest.
Oh, look at this guy stretching out for the first down.
Let's go.
Hey, and just like this league right here, it all starts with the quarterback. If you got a good quarterback that understands obviously the really dynamics of this league, can throw the ball, put it in the playmaker's hands, then the success for your team and individual
is elevated.
Exactly, it's elevated.
You know what I love about the fit for this league and for you, Austin, is the fact that you know what these guys are going through in a way, in that some of these guys have come from real small universities, small towns, just like yourself, and you obviously have not only have made it, you've excelled, man. So I think the beautiful thing about the NFL is that small school guys, you don't know them on the big stage, but you give them that opportunity. A lot of guys like yourself, like T.O.
Tennessee, Chattanooga, where'd you go to school?
Western Colorado.
So,
right, like some D2, right, in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah, man. But here's the thing, like, it doesn't matter where you come from. You hear all the time, it matters what you do when you get there. But there's the things that you can't measure, and that's the heart and the dedication. You can't measure that on paper.
That's the same thing with being here, me being who I am, what I've accomplished in this league. You can't measure my heart.
Right.
You know what I mean? And my will to play the game. You know what I mean? Like, people like, oh, why would you play this and that? Why? Who cares? This is my life. I get to do what I want because I know I can play the game. If I knew that I couldn't come out here and play, then I know I wouldn't be out here.
Right.
But that's something, I have something inside of me that you can't measure. That's my will to play and my competitiveness.
And what do people, scout us on or analyze us on? Things that they can put on paper.
Right, exactly.
Sure. They don't know what's going on in here.
Exactly.
And for us, and that's what's most important as an individual, right?
I mean, that being said, y'all are some phenomenal athletes too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? I mean, this guy's an absolute workout warrior. If you guys haven't seen T.O., you're one of the greatest athletes of all time. So there are certainly some measurables. Although I will say, in the FCF, there's some really interesting athletes too that have really good profiles too. This
is no different. This league right here is no different than, like I said, small schools that go untapped, that go unnoticed. But again, if you can ball, if you got talent, you got a skill set, at some point you're going to get noticed. Yeah. Again, like I said, this may not be, like I said, the league compared to some of the other leagues that are being established, but there are some talented guys out here. Like I said, all you got to do is just show up.
Yeah. show up, and it comes down, like we were talking about, the heart, and do you want to be here, and how far do you want to take it?
Yeah.
Because you can show up, but you gotta continue to push. You gotta actually take it seriously. You gotta make sure that you're having fun, but also understanding this is an opportunity.
Right.
Regardless how big the platform is, big or small, it's an opportunity. It's a platform.
Absolutely.
I love the heart that some of these guys have shown, no doubt. Hey, Austin, sometimes wide receivers, I think, unfairly get, kind of, they might be divas. But sometimes, hey, there are sometimes they're big personality running backs. Who would you say is that diva mold in the NFL that you've met that is a running back that you would say has a huge personality?
I wouldn't call it like a diva, but they have their own style. It's like their own swag, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily like normal, right? So they could be called a diva, right? I think the guy who was in front of me for a while was Melvin Gordon. But he had his own swagger. He had his own drip. He had the dreads.
Who was that?
Melvin Gordon.
Okay, yeah.
He put the braids in the drip. He had it going on, man. But I wouldn't say necessarily a diva, but he had his own personality swag, right? Like that was a little bit different than the norm.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And I don't. Again, I wouldn't say this guy's a diva, but he has a swag about him.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara.
Oh yeah.
Alvin Kamara,
absolutely. Yeah, he's got his thing going on for sure.
Oh yeah, he's coming in with that the gold and just
he got like the rings.
The rings.
Yeah, he got the rings. Oh yeah.
Kind of an eclectic type of guy.
I like it though. I like it.
Austin, could you ever see yourself playing with like a nose ring in a game though?
I don't think so, man.
I think he's too light skinned. He's too light skinned. He's a pretty boy.
What does that mean?
Let's see. Let's go.
What we got?
Let's see. Does he
actually control that?
Right, that's about to say. Does he control the catch?
Oh, yeah.
He almost double caught that, though.
Well, I mean, there's no evidence. That's going to be a catch.
Evidence, so for me, it looks like a touchdown.
That's a catch.
It might be. You know what? The fans are going to vote.
Exactly.
There's some plays out there.
Fans are going to vote.
What we saw, it looks like a touchdown.
Yeah.
Does he control it before his shoulder hits out of bounds? I know his right foot was in bounds.
Third touchdown.
You know what I don't like is they have the college rules with the touchdown. You just need 1 foot in.
Yeah.
My thing is, especially for this, and I'm calling out whoever established this league. These guys want to play at the next level. They're not in college anymore. You know what I mean? You're playing at the next level, so it should be professional rules. You got to have 2 feet in for it to count as a catch or a touchdown. That's a good point.
Yeah, I agree. And another thing is, bro, we gotta scoot these hashes in, man. We got a small field. The hashes are way too wide. You basically can only use one half of the field at a time.
What I mean.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
This is new for me. I'm starting to fill it out, but I'm like, there was a discrepancy on one of the touchdowns during our game. They had to review it. I'm like, I saw he caught it 1 foot. I'm like, yo, that's not a touchdown, but I didn't know the rules. I'm like, yo, you have to have just 1 foot in? I'm like, no, those are college rules.
It is.
Right.
These are guys that
You know what's crazy, T.O.? The fans voted for that, though. They wanted a 1 foot.
But that's why the fans don't get to control like the higher league. That makes no sense.
There's got to be some implementation of a professional, professional league.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I like it.
Get after it, kid.
But I like it, though. I like it.
I love that.